It was evening, and Anna was reading a book. "What's the matter? Don't you want to go play that card game with the others?" Sori was going everywhere to gather our sisters. "I just wanted to read some books. I don't have that ability of yours, so I need to spend some extra time reading." But Miss Echo's ability, her singing, it was captivating. "Really?" Echo told me that among all the sisters, she admires your ability the most. "Why?" Echo. She was brought to Grey Castle as a slave from the southernmost region. The Witch Association saved her from slave traders at Clearwater Port. She suffered a lot when she was forced to learn skills used to please men, so she could be sold at a higher price. But as for her past, we don't know much. We only know that she was taken from a distant homeland to the Grey Castle mainland. The pain and suffering she experienced on her journey here is hard for us to imagine. Maybe, to her, if she had a stronger power like yours, she could have slightly altered her fate. Regardless, you don't have to worry too much now. We sisters are not wandering around like we did before. You could even say that because of your and His Highness's interactions, our fates were changed. Your hair is looking a bit long. Did no one help you cut your hair before? Eh? I've always cut it myself. That's no good. Let me help you trim it a bit. You'll do this for me? Back in the camp, I was the one who cut most of my sister's hair. Wait a moment, let me get my tools. Okay. Before joining the Witch Association, I relied on this pair of scissors to make a living in a tavern in the Seawind region. Some of the copper royals I earned were spent on bread. The rest were given to an old captain with a broken leg. He taught me how to read and write until the day he passed away. Those folk tales I told you about were all tales I heard in the tavern. About that, I have some questions I want to ask you. What is it? About the book you materialized for me yesterday. There were many stories in there, but they all have the same ending. The prince will always take a princess as his bride. Is that always the case? Most of them are like that, but there are some princes who marry the daughter of a duke. Why is that? What if the prince doesn't like the princess or noble lady? It's not his decision to make, because the prince will likely become the king. His marriage isn't something he can decide all by himself. In order to unite the powers within his own country, to appease neighboring countries, or even to achieve a good trade deal. But the most important matter is that the king must have heirs. His Highness will eventually become the king who supports us, the witches. But Anna will always be just a witch. I don't want the two to be separated. But I also don't want a tragedy of infertility. This kind of matter can only be resolved by slowly persuading Anna. One day she will understand. Not bad, looks a lot livelier. For today's book, I will give you the royal family biography. Thank you. Well then, I'll be returning to my room. Find me if you have something you don't understand. Okay? Honestly, I feel that His Highness isn't one of those princes from the stories. He will do whatever he wants to do. His decision won't be influenced by anything else. Why is that? If he was one of those princes, then he wouldn't have saved me. This was chapter 76 of Release That Witch. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.